What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Unless this happens to be your very first time here, then come on and take a seat. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Abigail. I do musical reactions here on YouTube, all in the first take, completely blind. And I'm so happy to say that we are reacting to a Tier 3 Patreon Pick of the Month request. This one is brought to us by Now. Hello. How you doing now? Thank you very, very much for this request, because what he requested this time around is a new artist alert on this channel by the name of, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Milet, maybe. The song is called Anytime, Anywhere. This is the official music video. And then there's a lot of stuff in parentheses. It says Frieren, maybe. Again, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Beyond Journey's End, this is the ending theme song of something that I don't know. This is gonna be all very, very new to me. Let's see when this came out. It came out 2 years ago. Okay, about 31 million views. My goodness, okay. I must be missing out. So here's how we're gonna do it on this channel, guys. We're going to go ahead and watch this video once together. There are going to be stops and pauses, so I can give you my thoughts and commentary in real time as it comes to me. However, if you prefer to watch this video without the commentary, without the pausing, the link to the original video will be posted in the description below. Feel free to check that out if that's what you prefer to see. But if you clicked here, it's because you want to see a reaction and hear my thoughts, and I can't wait to give them to you. So let's just dive right in. The whole purpose of my channel is, in fact, to discover new artists. So anytime I get a chance to discover somebody new, I get happy. So let's go ahead and bring this up here, and let's see what we are in store for. So let's go ahead and bring it up. And without further ado, I give you Anytime, Anywhere. Sounds like whales in a sea. What was that?
Right. Can you hear me?
Pretty red dress. What a build. Very cool. What a build that was, that first minute. Very, very interesting. Everything was, especially in the very few seconds of the song, very eerie and haunting and eerie and haunting. And I was just like, oh, what is that? What am I hearing? I don't know. But then she starts to sing. She has a beautiful voice. And the second that she, I think, goes into the chorus is when everything lights up and we get to see her face a little bit better. I noticed the vibrant contrast of her color against the green grass everywhere. I liked just the dress in general, but it's very cool how it contrasts everything around her as well, especially when everything lit up. You could really see some more. So that was very cool. Let me go back. At first, I thought she was going to sing in English completely, but she switched to Japanese, which is something that happens often, I'm sure. But regardless, very cool. I think I just went back 5 seconds. Let's hear a little bit more. Whoa, that's trippy. Chimes, piano.
And I'm alright. Yeah, I hear you. 伸びた髪を風がからかってる。全部意味があるよ。立ち止まった日
like that guitar as well. So this song, Crazy, is incorporating all three of my favorite instruments. If you guys didn't pay attention in the beginning, the piano, yes, the violin, yes, we hear the strings, and there's an acoustic guitar. It literally has all three of my favorite instruments in one song, and that makes me so happy. Her voice texture has a very, very unique tone to it. I feel like if I knew her more, if I knew her better, I would be able to very quickly distinguish her voice among others. I don't know. There's something about the texture of her voice that's very different, and I like it. Let me go back. We decided to click off just a little bit. Go back about 5 seconds or so. All of a sudden, we are now in this dark cave, and I love whatever this is that she's playing with. It's glowing and it's mysterious, and it's actually emitting a little bit of light in this dark cave. The way in the last scene that the world kind of went like this around her, that was a very, very cool effect. It was trippy, I think is what I said. I was like, whoa, that's different, that's trippy. And now all of a sudden we're here. So I'm loving this. Let's go ahead and listen to a little bit more. Did I click off, really? Play. Oh, look, there's a bunch of them now. Hey, that's what I heard in the beginning. Beautiful. Piano. Okay. That's what I heard in the very beginning of this video. I'm like, oh, it sounded like whales in an ocean, but we're certainly not in an ocean, are we? Apparently we don't need to be, because that was beautiful. Oh, I was hoping to go back and there it is. How beautiful is that? The way that this mammal, the way that this animal is just floating around, it looks so majestic, and so just the way that it's glowing and the colors that they chose to put on it is very, very cool. It contrasts, it goes well in front of the night sky perfectly. And it's actually transparent, or no? Are we seeing the stars behind it? I think so. Very cool. Well, that ties back to the very beginning of the video that we saw. At least I know I'm not going crazy, because I know I heard something. Okay, how much of the video is left? A little bit more. Okay, well, let's go ahead and keep watching some more. Nice range. Beautiful. Chimes. Wow. Sure, why not? A little bit of falsetto on the end there. That's the first time I heard it, and it's in the very last line. Pretty flowers blooming, and the only bit of sunlight that there is. anytime, anywhere. Thank you so much for that request. Now, that was fun. Let me just hit this real quick. Okay. So, I loved her voice. I thought her voice was very different. I love that she showcased a few different sides of her voice, because even for just a split second at the very, quite literally, the last 5 seconds of the song, she does a falsetto note that I haven't heard all song, and I appreciated it because she just kind of sprinkled it in there at the very end, and I like that. Otherwise, the majority of the song she was singing in her full chest voice. What else? There were instrumentally my favorite instruments. We had the guitar, we had the piano, we had the violin. Several times I noticed, and I could visualize somebody going like this across the chimes, because we heard that a few times as well. Otherwise, I'm not sure how many or how much harmony we heard. I'm sure it was in there. Now that I think about it, I just wasn't paying attention to it. The video, the visuals itself was so magical. I felt like we were in some kind of enchanted land. Obviously, there's like floating whales about. There were these little glowy things that honestly reminded me of Na'vi from Legend of Zelda. I kept just picturing her saying, "Hey, listen!" But yeah, there was a lot towards the end, so that would get irritating quite quick, I would assume, if there's hundreds of Na'vis around. But regardless, the opening scene with how dark it was out in the fields, and then it turned to daytime. Fast forward into the cave, that stayed pretty dim and dark the whole time. But before we got to the cave, everything kind of got circular, and then we moved into the cave, and then from the cave we went back out into the fields, but it's nighttime again. Sorry, I see a bug. Ladybug. And yeah, I thought visually it was very entertaining. Vocally, I enjoyed the texture of her voice. I thought it was very different. And instrumentally, my goodness, it was like my favorite part of the song was the combination of the instruments that I love most. So very cool request. Thank you so much to Now for this request. Let me know your favorite part of the song in the comments below. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon link as well as the Discord link in the description below. And I will see you next time. Bye.